person who is a driven, ambitious person, or you're an entrepreneur and you still are ambitious, you know about goal setting. Now, here's the thing. So many of us have used goals for years. We write all kinds of amazing things out, but for some reason, we aren't making huge leaps and bounds in our lives or in our companies or in our careers. Today, that's going to change because I'm bringing you more of a scientific approach that has been proven and studied and used by corporations like Google and Intel. And we can use it ourselves despite how big you are or how small you are. So let's jump into these. These were derived by a doctor named Edwin Locke, and he has 5 principles to goal setting, and then I added in 2 more. So the first one is to make sure that you have clear and specific goals. You want to know exactly what it is. Don't make sure it's not evasive or it's kind of wishy-washy. Be as clear as you can. Number 2, it needs to be something that challenges you. If it's too easy, studies have shown that you don't push yourself and you are less likely to actually achieve it, shockingly enough. Number 3, you have to be committed. What that means is that it has to be something that you actually want. So, in your company, you might think, oh, it'd be really good if we did this. But in your heart of hearts, it's not something that moves you. So when you're setting these big stretchy goals, make sure it's something that you want. Number 4 is feedback. And what Locke means by feedback is measurements. So what Google and Intel and Twitter and Uber, what they use is something called OKRs, and that stands for Objectives and Key Results. This concept was derived by John Dewar. And what it does is it helps you measure the success of your goals. And what he says is to go for 70%, not 100%. And here's why. When you get to 70%, that means that it was a bit stretchy for you. And it wasn't super easy to do. That means that it was a bigger goal. It was exciting. And what you do, so once you get to that point, usually you want to set these up quarterly. So when you get to the 90 days, you look back with your team or with yourself or whoever it is, with your spouse, and you measure how successful it was based on parameters that you set. And if you got to 70%, then that's good. Now set up your next set of goals. If you got to 40 to 60%, re-look at it and see what needs to adjust or pivot. Go to my website, and I go into this much deeper, but this is a very good technique to use. Okay, and then number 5 is complexity. If your goal seems really tough or too challenging, chunk it down. Make it into weekly bite-sized steps that have pivot movers or needle turners in there, and write those out and create a map, kind of a blueprint to show you what needs to happen every week, looking at what your skills are and what you need to get out there to help you achieve these big, massive goals. Okay, and then here are my 2 little added on techniques to help you have more impactful goal setting. So number 6 is make a plan of action. So again, this is where we dive in to your blueprint. You got to see what you need to do so that you know, okay, this week this needs to happen, next week this, and by the end of the month, I want to see these big things. Then you know that you're on track or you need to pivot. The last, number 7, is visualizations. So see yourself or your business or whatever it is having achieved the goal every single morning. Wake up, spend at least 3 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, to visualize yourself actually living your life as though you've already achieved these goals. See how you feel, how it changed your life, and really get into it and make it as clear as possible. So there you have it. Good luck with your goals. I'm wishing you the best, and I look forward to hearing more about them.